afternoon, Investment Committee. My name is Alex, and I'm so excited to introduce you to the Pioneer Homes team.
My name is Ben Barco.
I'm Megan Fitzpatrick.
I'm Ryan Teeter.
I'm Dominique Sartrana.
And I'm Owen Orr. Here at Pioneer Homes, we're excited to bring the homes at Saddle Ridge to life. The subject site is 152 acres in the suburb of Tulsa, Oklahoma, recognized as one of the top 10 housing markets in the US in 2018. The project is envisioned as 4 phases with 293 units of single-family home development. Over an 8-year project duration, we anticipate $6.4 million of net profit and a 23.5% levered IRR. Here's Alex with more on the site.
Thanks, Owen. As Owen mentioned, our site is 152.64 acres in Coweta, Oklahoma, which is a 30-minute drive southeast of Tulsa. While doing our market research, we noticed that Coweta and the neighboring town of Broken Arrow are trending older and also with higher household incomes, which gives us a submarket of 100,000 people. Our site has direct access to State Highway 51. Adjacent retail includes a Walmart, several local eateries, and one of the original Bluebell ice cream parlors. Area employment is growing rapidly, especially in employment such as healthcare, giving us our 2 biggest employers as St. Francis Health Systems and Amazon once their facility delivers in 2019. Doing our research, we created 3 target market tapestry segments. On the very left, you can see our first is our American Dreamers. Their average age is 39, average household income is $64,000. They have 1 to 2 children living in the home. Next is our Goal Seekers. Their average age is 50, average household income is $125,000. About half of these families still have children in the home. Lastly, we have our Established. Their average age is 64, average household income is $91,000. They have no children living in the home, which makes them the perfect target for our low maintenance product offering. Coweta is trending older, about 1.5% annually for the duration of our project until 2027. Also, the household income is growing, 16% from Tulsa to Broken Arrow, an additional 14% from Broken Arrow to Coweta. Now on to Ben with site logistics.
Thank you so much, Alex. Now let's explore a proposed land development plan. Through our initial site visit and research, we discovered the subject site is highly vegetated and features existing conditions such as wetlands, dried stream beds, existing bodies of water, and relatively even topography, with the exception of some higher slopes in the northern regions. Additionally, we do have a small 100-year floodplain and 5 different easements which we do need to work around. Currently, the subject site is zoned as GC, but since submitting our proposal, we have insisted that the seller redeliver the site rezoned to RS3 to allow for our residential design and to reduce risk. A couple things that drive our design, such as a desire for a well-connected community and an active community base. We definitely understand our existing conditions, and we plan on mitigating any economic consequences. To mitigate infrastructure costs, reduce ongoing maintenance, and to preserve the existing environment, we have decided to utilize our dried stream beds as functioning bioswales. In addition, we want to conserve the wetlands. By doing so, we create a natural buffer to our adjacent commercial uses, and we also create a beautiful view for our 3-mile-long trail system, as you can see. As Alex mentioned, 2 out of 3 of our target segments are an aging demographic, so clearly we want to maximize opportunities for our residents to stay active and healthy. So similarly, we've increased our right-of-way to 60 feet, allowing for 6-foot walkable sidewalks, something our competitors clearly did not recognize. Here, you can see a full site plan. And just a forewarning, my mom already called number 74 right there. At Pioneer Homes, we definitely care about sustainability, and we take pride in having implemented many cutting-edge sustainable features to give our proposed project the potential to receive a 4-star rating under the National Green Building Standard. Lastly, we've also carefully considered our phasing plan. The proposed project consists of 4 phases over the duration of 8 years. Now, here's Megan with our product development.
Thank you, Ben. Time Magazine has named Coweta, Oklahoma, one of the top 8 places to retire in 2018. This, along with our market research, has encouraged us to dedicate a portion of our community as low maintenance. Now, talking about low maintenance, we'd like to emphasize that this is not the same thing as a lock it and leave community. For our low maintenance lots, we will take care of lawn maintenance, trash and recycling, snow removal, and community space upkeep. At this time, we are the only builder in our submarket to offer a low maintenance product. The homes at Saddle Ridge will offer 33 lots, or 11% of our development, as low maintenance. As the market demands, we do have the flexibility to expand our low maintenance hub, as is depicted by the orange dash boundary on our map. There will be an $80 HOA fee for our low maintenance lots, $48 more than the $32 HOA fee for our regular lots. We believe in investing in our community, which is why we also offer extensive, high-quality amenities for our residents, such as our community center, which we have deemed the barn. The barn will offer a wellness center, a self-serve dog wash, and a kitchen and event space. As you can see, the homes at Saddle Ridge is much better than all of the other competitors in the area because of our diverse amenity mix that caters to our target market. We offer all of these amenities highlighted here on the left, which is nearly double that of all of the competitors in our area. We offer more value, but for the same price point. In addition, amenities such as tennis courts and 3 miles of concrete walking trails encourage an active lifestyle and help foster a strong sense of community. Now to talk about our product offerings. Our first series is going to be our Canter series. There are 4 floor plans in our Canter series, and 144 of our lots are dedicated to this series. These are the smallest and most affordable plans that we offer, and so are perfect for our downsizing population, such as empty nesters or people who are looking to age in place. Next, we have our Bridal series, highlighted in red here. There are 3 floor plans in this series, and these mid-size homes are perfect for families. They have large kitchens and in-home offices. Finally, our Appaloosa series. There are 2 floor plans in our Appaloosa series, 1 single-story and 1 2-story option. These are our largest homes that we offer and are often found in our most private locations on site, in cul-de-sacs or adjacent to our beautiful wetlands. Now here's Ryan to discuss our sales and marketing strategies.
Thanks, Megan. Over the past 5 years, the Tulsa MSA has seen consistent home starts. And from 2016 to 2019, HUD projects demand for over 7,000 new units in Tulsa, 50% of which lie directly in our pricing range. Also in Broken Arrow and Coweta, we've also seen a steady increase in average new home sale price over the past years. We determined our listing prices based on data we received from Metro Study, and as you can see, we're very competitive with nearby builders. In terms of closing prices, our ASPs were calculated using a 10% markup for lot premiums and upgrades, which put us right in the meat of the market. We were able to achieve an average annual absorption of 37 homes at an average ASP of $237,000 by observing other communities nearby. While despite having varying ASPs, all these communities do share a common annual absorption rate. However, we do have one adjacent competitor directly east to our site named Whinstone. They are part of the Broken Arrow School District and are hoping and just received approval to build 139 single-family homes. Their community offers amenities such as soccer fields, basketball courts, and playgrounds, means that they're catering towards families with small children. Due to this, we do not think they will draw from our primary consumer base. Our website will be a large asset to our marketing plan, as it will be a place where people can see our available products. Visitors to our site will be fully immersed into our model homes through our 3-dimensional virtual home walkthroughs. We will also be implementing search engine optimization techniques, which will allow our website to appear first amongst our competitors. We'll offer our homes on popular sites and utilize social media advertising, targeting consumers based on income, age, and zip code. We will also leverage our close proximity to Highway 51 by purchasing billboard space, which will draw and direct potential buyers to our site. And we'll also offer 2 model homes, which will feature all of our available upgrades and also house the offices for our sales associates. Lastly, we'll offer 3 different lot premiums ranging from $2,000 to $5,000 as depicted in the colors above. But now I'm going to pass it off to Dominique, who will discuss our construction management practices.
Thank you, Ryan. The homes at Saddle Ridge will be executed by our superior construction team that is dedicated to meeting deadlines and quality standards. In order for us to achieve our goal of delivering a 0 defect product and strengthening our reputation of high quality consistency, we've implemented a QA/QC plan that utilizes technology to manage the schedule and individual specs of each home, as well as ensuring that each of our homes is walked and accepted by our project manager prior to the homeowner's demonstration walks. Additionally, our construction team will be tasked with making sure that safety is our #1 priority on site. In addition to our QA/QC plan, our construction team will also be responsible with making sure that each of our homes meets our green build goals and buyer sustainability demands. We've implemented high-efficiency HVAC equipment with dehumidification controls, tankless water heaters, and transfer grates to ensure proper air circulation and reduce maintenance costs. Among the primary functions of our construction team is to manage our schedule and minimize construction disturbances for moved-in residences. We've phased out infrastructure to ensure that each completed phase feels like its own community, utilizing separate construction entrances. Prior to our March 1st acquisition in 2019, we will have all entitlements, construction documents, and specs complete, effectively making us shovel-ready by closing, which also aligns with our PSA agreement with the seller. Start dates of each of our phases align with our absorption schedule to allow for adequate time for the preparation of sufficient lots to meet upcoming demand. Our final home start will be in December of 2026 for a project life of 8 years. Finally, we wanted to understand our financials throughout our schedule, so we did develop some estimates for our phases. Not considering escalation, our phases include number of units, land development, product construction, expected upgrades, and amenities. These phase estimates lead us to a closer look at our financials and overall returns for this project that Owen will elaborate on.
Thanks, Tom, for that phasing strategy. We'll adeptly recycle capital throughout the project, keeping peak equity to only $3.2 million for a project with revenues exceeding $69 million. $1.02 million of initial equity is required to execute our $2.5 million land acquisition, slated for March 1st, 2019. $6.4 million of net profit create a 2.0 whole dollar profit multiple and a 9.28% net levered margin, including commissions and overhead. Overall project levered IRR reaches 23.5%. We modeled these returns using key assumptions that we were both given and that we extrapolated from market data. We were given 5% interest and varying LTVs for acquisition, development, and construction loans that produce a weighted project leverage of 77.86%. Based on recent housing market activity, sales and pricing power has been compressing while costs continue to increase. To conservatively underwrite with these realities in mind, we've included annually compounding escalation factors of 5% for all hard costs and 3% for all soft costs, while keeping sales pricing at 0% escalation using today's market rates. We believe that healthy contingency and these cost escalation factors will help preserve affordability and cultivate upside potential. Now to review the project with its risks and opportunities in a SWOT analysis, starting with threats. Our primary threat is competition from surrounding home builders. However, our market research, as Ryan explained, led to meet-of-market absorption and pricing that will protect from such forces. Weaknesses include site conditions such as wetlands that restrict the usability of the site to some 110 acres. However, as Ben described our site design that works to preserve natural systems and incorporate them into our community. Strengths include Tulsa's robust and diversifying economy, as Alex touched on, with diverse defensive industries like healthcare becoming the largest area employers. Megan characterized our unique low maintenance options and amenities that will differentiate Saddle Ridge from competing projects and capitalize on underserved market segments and product development opportunities. In conclusion, the homes at Saddle Ridge possesses strong competitive dynamics, product placement potential, and a risk-adjusted financial returns that make for an attractive and optimal investment opportunity. The Pioneer Homes team is expertly suited to execute this development and expand our company's market share and community impact. We hope you share our vision. I look forward to bringing the homes at Saddle Ridge to life. Thank you. Before we field questions, we would like to thank our incredible alternates and supporting team members and provide a special shout out to our professor, advisor, and friend, Dr. Holt, who's watching from home today due to a family emergency.
Very good job. Miles?
Awesome job, guys. You guys were probably the only group we heard today that took the strategy of having the owner basically rezone the land to basically mitigate that risk off of you. What cost and what amount of time did you build into your estimate to account for that rezoning on the owner's part?
Absolutely. So when we looked at restructuring our schedule to make entitlements prior to acquisition, we calculated a time of about 3 months for entitlements. So essentially what we were looking at was an opportunity that from the time that we submitted our proposal back in December to now, we should have entitlements complete by our March 1st acquisition. So it's about that 3 month period, and Owen can elaborate on the financials that are aligned with that decision.
We recognize our submission schedule was a bit tight, but we also recognize the opportunity. Given our submission was due almost 3 months ago, all that time could have been used to actually entitle the site. Schedule is crucial in residential projects. We realized that and enabled the seller to go ahead and act as the existing landowner. In terms of costs, our PSA is conditional on the seller obtaining these approvals. And if you look at our pro forma, we've included for those costs that are able to be reimbursed once those are completed.
Awesome.
Great presentation, guys. The one thing that I want to talk about is the Amenity Center. You guys have a pretty elaborate Amenity Center. It looks great, and you did a really good comparison with the competitors. I just want to look at what the cost is of the community center, Amenity Center, and how that's built into the financials.
Sure. So,
So on the financials part, if you look in our appendix pro forma very detailedly, we have $900,000 allocated toward our clubhouse. Most of those centralized common amenities occur in phase 2. That allows us time for flexibility to assess market demand and make sure our amenity mix is perfect for our target market after phase 1 absorption.
The best thing you did there was answer my next question, is what phase it was and then how you're implementing that cost in there as well. I did see it when you were talking about the phasing. It showed phase 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it was about $300,000 per phase approximately for the Amenity Center. So is that the cost breakout then?
So the reason we included it that way is basically to show the comparability. We took the total costs and then took the pro rata cost without escalation to show phase 1 comparable to phase 4 in terms of the scale, number of lots in each phase.
And then lastly, you broke out the construction team in your presentation, but I don't recall seeing like sales, marketing, and that type of staff. Is that accounted for? Is that in the financials as well?
Yes, absolutely. We have included a lot of our marketing initiatives in our marketing budget, along with commissions in pro forma.
And what is the staffing for sales and then also marketing?
Yes, so we have an in-house marketing director, and then we have 2 sales associates, and those associates make an annual salary on top of their commission.
And then sales, on-site sales?
On-site sales.
As far as sales representatives?
Yeah, yeah, those were on site. Yeah, they're all on site. Our model homes will house the sales offices for our 2 sales associates.
Okay, thank you.
Very nice job. Who developed on the team? Who developed the product? By yourself?
with the help of our alternates, yes.
Okay. I like the fact that you guys actually develop product at different widths based on your demographics. I think that's pretty useful technology as far as thought process. But my question is, say you get into this thing and really people, I know you have one pod that's already set up for additional low maintenance houses. What if that just takes off and the whole community becomes low maintenance? Because I really could see that happening, especially with only $80 a month on maintenance fees. What's your contingency set up to say all of a sudden this thing takes off and you guys got to go low maintenance across the board? Are you going to then take some of the product that wasn't deemed to be selling in those pods and offer it across the board? I mean, what's your thought process?
Yeah, so if the market does demand that we increase our number of lots to be low maintenance, we do have the flexibility to change any of these lots to be low maintenance.
Except for 74 for Ben's mom, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's already in our low maintenance.
Okay, all right. We got it.
Yeah.
Ben's mom sounds pretty pretty firm on that, so.
Yeah, retire.
But yeah, we do have the flexibility to increase as many lots as we'd like to be low maintenance. We also have the flexibility to change some of the lots. So if by chance we get to phase 3 or phase 2 and we realize that we're looking for more of the smaller product or more of the bigger product, we do have flexibility to change that, as well as if the issue arises that our larger lots are not selling, we can offer those larger lots and place a smaller house on top, but for an additional premium.
Okay,
And
very
of course,
good.
our market research team and sales team will be continually monitoring our absorption, testing consumer demands for product, lots, options, and of course amenities. But we have that flexibility given the duration and the phasing we've set up. Our infrastructure flows directly with our phasing, as you can see from our inputs in the streets. And we just have that flexibility innately in our plan to be able to accommodate any market shifts that we may encounter.
Thank you, guys. Very good presentation. Pretty accurate information and a great marketing study. Congratulations to you guys. Matter of fact, you guys were the first actually group of people I showed the property to. Most of my questions have been addressed and you guys answered. The only question I have, I think we could be able to get more density out of this property. But you guys did a great job as far as the layout, as far as the entrances, and as far as the also common amenities. Good job. The only question is leftover land. What is your plan for the leftover land? I know the north side is pretty steepy, very actually high level. And also the south part is facing across the Walmart. That's a good property, good potential for retails. And west side is a good potential for multifamily. So did you guys even think about those?
We did not. And the reason behind that is because, as you mentioned, we have very high, very steep slopes in the northern region. So to reduce our infrastructure cut and fill, we decided to avoid this area completely, as it does provide a great natural buffer to our adjacent properties, as well with the wetlands on the west end. We believe since building on wetlands requires 404 permits and very close conversations with the Corps, we didn't really want to take that route. We thought it'd be a better way to promote walkability, promote our residents to get out and interact with nature on our walking trail, to have that there instead. And the same goes with the south border. Here, obviously, you can see all the trees on the site plan. Most of these trees are black ashes, about 19 feet tall. So they provide a great buffer to all of our borders, minus the east border, which, as Ryan mentioned, Winestone will be going there, and you will see another nice residential community across the street.
And to chime into the financial side of that question, another reason we didn't pursue higher density is our market research didn't tell us to. We looked at the data and interpreted what it told us. And it told us that a lot mix and product mix, such as we've created, is optimal for our target markets, for who actually lives in this area and who's going to live in this area. We did look at some other options. As a production home builder, it didn't really seem good to go into commercial. It doesn't have frontage on Highway 51, where there's plenty of available land existing. And also consider our primary threat of competition, such as Winestone right next door. We believed that we needed to enable the constraints of the site, the wetlands, the slopes, to invest in amenities, to invest in active lifestyle options, to further differentiate Saddle Ridge from its competition and make sure we achieve that absorption that we intend to achieve.
I respect that, but the way we did the market study in the past, I'm just sharing with you guys, in order to take the commuter from Tulsa to come over here in Quita for 20, 25 miles drive to come here, but that's a great location, great access, all highways, you need to be more competitive. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very wonderful presentation. I compliment you all. I have one question. Which one of you found the article in the newspaper? Great job. You're the only one that saw it. And that was a nice little touch to put in there. Thank you.
Thank you.
good. Congratulations.